Whoa. 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 It's the illusion reporting from somewhere on spaceship Earth for another sober Wednesday. Oh, we're sober one more Wednesday. It's fantastic. It really is fantastic. We are sober. We almost have to be close to have been doing this for a year. Let me go see. How long have we been sober Wednesdaying for? Let's take a little look-see. Because let's remember, Sober Wednesday is the hour-long show dedicated once a week to those who suffer from, whether it be alcoholism, drug addiction, overeating, over-sexing, over-gambling, over anything that's blocking you from making conscious contact with the God of your understanding. So that is a very uncomfortable position. Oh, we've been doing this for well over a year. Whoa. Oh, I didn't know we had crossed the year mark well over a year ago. 12/30/20 is when we did. What's up, Bird? 12, so over a year. Wow. Oh, a year. Oh, he's karateing in there. Over a year of sober Wednesdays. Wow. I didn't know. That's kind of amazing. It's like a year and 3 months, man. So hey, Samson, Dan Z, the wandering one, Jane Black, Brendo, thank you for the support.
I'm in my gi.
Yeah, you are in your gi. And Grateful Ed, J Doe, Colby, Iron Tarkus. Greetings, Earthling. Wandering one, hello. Sober 8 years. Good for you, man. Solid. I'm just impressed we've been doing Sober Wednesday for well over a year. Right on, man. I'm gonna just feel a little bit like kind of amazed, just like that. Kept up with this for over a year. That's rad, dude. So I did the little preamble. This is dedicated to those who suffer. So if you're here to hang out and be a voyeur, you're more than welcome. I just ask that you keep the chat sort of clean so those who are looking for a solution have the ability to communicate with you, and you can do what you do on the back channel and help each other. And if you're suffering, man, speak up, dude. Get in the chat. We have a good group of human beings here in the chat, and we're stoked, dude. So I open with the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change and the courage to change the things I can. Hectic. Radical. Yeah. Change the things I can, right? The wisdom to know the difference. The wisdom to know the difference. All right. And then we read how it works from the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous. Let this be known. This is not an AA meeting. This is not affiliated with AA in any way, but we do use the how it works steps, which can be applied for, I think, anything, because it's all about figuring out what makes you tick, uncovering your shadows, dealing with your shadows, and finding a relationship with God of your understanding. So with that said, I will read chapter 5 of how it works. Rarely have we seen a person fail who has thoroughly followed our path. Those who do not recover are people who cannot or will not completely give themselves to the simple program. Usually men and women who are constitutionally incapable of being honest with themselves. There are such unfortunates. They are not at fault. They seem to have been born that way. They are naturally incapable of grasping and developing a manner of living which demands rigorous honesty. their chances are less than average. There are those too who suffer from grave emotional and mental disorders, but many of them do recover if they have the capacity to be honest. Our stories disclose in a general way what we used to be like, what happened, and what we're like now. If you've decided you want what we have and are willing to go to any lengths to get it, then you're ready to take certain steps. At some of these, we balked. We thought we could find an easier, softer way, but we could not. With all the earnestness at our command, we beg of you to be fearless and thorough from the very start. Some of us have tried to hold on to our old ideas, and the result was nil until we let go absolutely. Remember, we deal with alcohol, cunning, baffling, powerful. Without help, it is too much for us. But there is one who has all power. That one is God. May you find him now. Right now. Half measures availed us nothing. We stood at the turning point. We asked his protection and care with complete abandon. Here are the steps we took, which are suggested as a program of recovery. 1, we admitted we were powerless over alcohol, that our lives had become unmanageable. 2, came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. 3, made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood him. 4, made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. 5, admitted to God, to ourselves, and another human being the exact nature of our wrongs. 6, we're entirely ready to have God remove all these defects of character. 7, humbly asked him to remove our shortcomings. 8, made a list of all persons we had harmed and became willing to make amends to them all. 9, made direct amends to such people wherever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. 10, continued to take personal inventory when we were wrong, promptly admitted it. 11, sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood him, praying only for the knowledge of his will for us and the power to carry that out. 12, having had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps, we try to carry this message to alcoholics and to practice these principles in all of our affairs. Many of us exclaimed, "What an order, I can't go through with it." Do not be discouraged. No one among us has been able to maintain anything like perfect adherence to these principles. We are not saints. The point is, we are willing to grow along spiritual lines. The principles we have sat down are guides to progress. We claim spiritual progress rather than spiritual perfection. Our description of the alcoholic, the chapter of the agnostic, and our personal adventures before and after make clear 3 pertinent ideas. A, that we are alcoholic and could not manage our own lives. B, that probably no human power could have relieved our alcoholism. And C, that God could and would if he were sought. What can't you do? What's the problem? You got it. That's all right. Just get him in the box. Here we are, man. Sober day, dude. Sometimes that's all it needs to be, man. That's all it needs to be. What?
All the white stuff is terrible.
What do you mean?
These ones aren't pieces.
What are they? What's
Part of the pieces.
What are they from?
They're from the bottom.
Of which puzzle?
Of the Millennium Falcon. When they're morphing apart. And they're like coming off.
Oh, let me see. Wait a second. We got puzzle problems. Hold on.
Yeah, they're like ripping off of the puzzle piece. The white bottom.
Where's the pieces that don't have the light? Just do your very best. Why are they all over the place, dude? Why are they all over the floor, dude? Are you throwing them or something? And why are they all the way over here? Just why? Okay, cool. Just get them in the back, okay, bud? It's fine. It'll all work itself out, dude. No, puzzle failure. Puzzle failure. I guess that's what you get for leaving it on the floor for a while. Um, all right, dude. What do we got going? What do we got going on here? What's going on, Marvin? Kimmy? Iron Tarkus. Has anyone gone through a rough patch with a bad trip? I've been trying to bounce back over half a year now, but I feel anxiety has just skyrocketed since then. They say it makes me miss the coast. I don't know. What are you going on about, Iron Tarkus? Like has anyone gone through a rough patch with a bad trip? What does that mean, dude? I had a time on shrooms 2 years ago. It definitely took a while. I mean, traumatic psychedelic experiences. Well, see, this is again, what did you expect a psychedelic experience to be? All psychedelic experiences are traumatic. They didn't tell you that. You didn't read the fine print. So instead of, it's like anything else, man, just take responsibility for it and do the work on it, right? Like, this whole thing is trauma based, man. Like, that's again, I don't know what, like, I mean, I did a big rant about this psychedelic issue a couple days ago. Dude, people were calling me like a little bit off about it, but there you go. A traumatic psychedelic experience. That, I just want you to fill you in, like, all psychedelic experiences are traumatic, dude. That's the point. You can't not be traumatized but what you see tripping. But the point is that trauma is based upon your own shadows, dude. So what is it that's traumatized you, Tarkus? What is the trauma that has traumatized you? Again, these are powerful substances we put into our body, whether they be cocaine or alcohol. Alcohol is super powerful, right? Pot, the pot weed that everyone thinks is so benign. Do they just eat it and get crazy on it? So yeah, fear of losing my family. Well, did you lose your family? Yeah, I don't need to have. I mean, I'll be super. No, well then, so look, so that's, there it is again, is you're just making stuff up in your mind to give you an excuse to be out of sorts. How about just there is one who has all power. That one is God. May you find him now, dude. We're all going to lose our family. We're all going to die. All of our loved ones are going to die. All of our cars are going to turn into dust. All of our houses are going to turn into dust. Everything we own is going to disappear. We don't get to take any of it with us. So with that said, now what? Right? Go to your greatest fear. You're going to die alone without God. I mean, that's what most people's great fear is, right? You're going to die alone without God. So take a good look at yourself right now and go, all right, I'm here. I got my family. I got a roof over my head, some food, and do the gratitude list on it all. Again, if you walk around perpetuating your biggest, like thinking about your biggest fears, eventually they will come true, because that's the way it works. So you can blame that on the psychedelics. It's not the psychedelics. The psychedelics were a vacation from this. This is the psychedelic experience. I don't think people have truly like figured it out yet. Like, this life, this is the psychedelic experience. The little vacation you took with the mushrooms or the DMT or the ayahuasca or whatever it is you took, that was a vacation from this, the psychedelic experience. See, this is all inverted. And that's, again, is if you read the basic steps of how this works, if you just understand psychedelics, we admitted we were powerless. We admitted we are powerless. The minute you take that step, you're powerless. We admitted our lives would become unmanageable. Okay, yep. Came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity, right? We've all been there. If you've done the psychedelic experience where like you're no longer sane, you've broken free of all the boundaries of it all. Made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood Him. That's when it all comes back together. Made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. Where are our keys? Where's our phones? Where's all the stuff we came into the trip with, dude? Admitted to God, to ourselves, another human being, the exact nature of our wrongs. Bro, dude, if we could only make the world so much better. I'm such a horrible human. I got to be a better person when I get out of this, dude. 6, we're entirely ready to have God remove all these defects of character. Let's rip off the clothes and go running naked down the street, dude. 7, humbly asked Him to remove our shortcomings. Like, I'm stoked. I'm naked. I don't care, dude. 8, made a list of all persons we had harmed and became willing to make amends to them all. Bawling, I'm sorry, bro. Mom, I didn't mean to do that. Well, oh, my God, dude. Blah, 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 all that stuff. 9, made direct amends to such people wherever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others, dude. Bro, I'm so sorry, man, that I was lame to you in high school, man. I don't know, dude, but this rock is incredible. Do you see the veins of that leaf over there? Oh, my God, dude. 10, continue to take personal inventory when we're wrong. I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm going to hang on to this trip for the rest of my life. I'm going to stop being a fart bag. Sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood Him, praying only for the knowledge of His will for us and the power to carry that out. I'm going to be a new human being when I'm done with this. When I get off these crazy psychedelic drugs, I'm going to live a totally different new life, dude. Having had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps, we try to carry this message to alcoholics and practice principles in all of our affairs. You got to drop. You got to come trip with me, dude. I saw some stuff out in the woods, dude. So again, dude, there it is. The real playbook for the psychedelic experience, but it requires time, right? Add time, add experience, right? So I'll keep saying this over and over again. One of the most dangerous things you can do is thinking that psychedelics are going to solve your experience here down on earth. All they're going to do is possibly damage you or damage you, dude. I don't see the benefit of them. And as a dude who's gone through the whole thing, let me just cut to the chase, dude. The most psychedelic thing you can do is just sit in this and allow it to be. Just allow it to be. Look at that tree behind me and realize that thing is breathing and exhaling and absorbing water from the ground. Oh, well, there's a bunch of flowery plants at its base, dude, that just like go underneath the concrete there with a bunch of like, dude, like, does it need to be any more psychedelic than that, dude? Like, you can't see it. Like, you don't see it, that it's alive, that there's no separation between you and it, that there's never been a separation, that God's been is all of this all combined. And if you just go to God and admit your shortcomings, admit that you thought that you got to vacation out of it, that all of that was going to answer your prayers. Oh my God, dude, if only, dude, I'm just going to take that and change my life. How about you just change your life, dude? How about you admit to yourself through remember, dude, it's all, that's why this how it works, dude. Maybe try this before you eat a bag of mushrooms, dude. I'm just saying, dude. I went the other way and it took me 25 years to finally get to here. That's a long time, dude. And if I had read this, maybe I wouldn't have understood a word it said. I don't know. Maybe you got to go burn yourself out. I don't know. Do I understand any of this if I don't burn down my life, if I don't ultimately face the horror of this reality without God, dude? Do I need to actually experience life without God and the sadness and the pain that is life without God here, and see God in everything and everywhere, and all the babies and all the redwood trees and the dolphins waving in the surf? Maybe I needed to go experience that to understand the truth, man, that it was never going to be a vacation, that this is hard work. And that's what sobriety is. Sobriety's not like I get to kick my feet up and it's easy street. No, sobriety is like accepting the hard work that is this life. And sometimes it's literally just sitting here and doing nothing. I know it sounds crazy, but I've had to do it the last month, right? The last month. So I guess we're almost to the point where I can openly talk about this. So in the process of like purchasing a home up in the hills, right? And for the last the last 5 days, I've been waiting to get all my documents verified with the bank, right? You want to talk about like weird psychedelic patience? I've had to just sit here, dude, and just rely on my friend down at the bank who I've made good friends with because I've learned that in sobriety. So I have a friend down at the bank. She's super cool, man. And you imagine just sitting. You just got to sit and wait for your documentation with the IRS to get verified, right? The scary entity, the big scary entity. See, it's one of the gifts of sober is I'm not afraid of the banks, the IRS, the credit card companies, any of it, dude. My last obstacle I overcame in sobriety was the auto thing, like going and purchasing a new car, dude. I was like, I don't do that. Now I do. That was like the weird last obstacle. So right, for the last 5 days, I can't explain this sort of internal, like my heart's gonna pop pressure because I don't buy into anxiety. I think anxiety is a cop out word. Was I in discomfort? Was I waiting? Was I my life in the balance? Is someone determining my fate? Am I in fear? Am I trying not to be too ecstatic? Am I worried that that it's all gonna fall apart? Yeah, all of it, dude. But I had to sit there with my feelings the last 5 days. Just sit there with it and just be like, I've been edgy, been slightly cranky. I've been in a super good mood. I've been all over the spectrum, man. But at the end of the day, dude, I just had to sit and do nothing. Like nothing. Like, yeah, I mean, I did stuff like pack boxes. I went to a meeting today with some people running for school board. Like I did like life, but the reality is knowing that my entire life is about to change, right? And it's all based upon somebody else's decision, right? So I'm what, 13 years sober, dude? 13 years sober, dude. We admitted we were powerless over the financial institutions. We admitted that our lives had become unmanageable because our whole life's future was dependent upon whether some paperwork's going to get approved by the largest, most malevolent, evil entity, the IRS, right? And a bank. Came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity, which was me sitting there and thanking God. Every time I would get that, what people describe as anxiety, which I don't like that word. I would sit there and thank God for the journey. I would sit there and go, God, thank you for the journey and the opportunity to experience this kind of a vibe, dude, because it's a true sign of progress, right? The dude who comes here 13 years ago, he doesn't have these kind of problems. He's not sitting there and waiting for his gal down at the bank to approve his home loan, dude. No. He's barely able to sit still long enough to survive a meeting, right? 13 years ago. And as I've gone through this thing, it's always incrementally getting gnarlier, and gnarlier, dude. And every step along the way, it gets easier. The gnarlier it gets, the easier it gets. And it's not because like it's more pleasant or it's simpler. It's because I know that that's right where God exists. It's like Damone in Fast Times at Ridgemont High when he's talking to the mannequin. wherever you are, that's the place to be, man, type of deal. So it's, again, is reminding myself that wherever I am, that's right where I'm supposed to be. That's God determining everything. Look, I mean, look, man, like the whole future of our family relies on these decisions I've made over the last 30 days. And trust me, dude, I have so many thoughts running around my head. It's like, and my whole job is just not to act on them, is not to do anything. It's not to trip out, not to flip out. So if that ain't psychedelic, I don't know what is, because the walls are melting. I feel like I'm tripping, dude. And again, that's the reward. It took 13 years to get to this place, right? 13 years of trudging the road of happy destiny, dude. Being of service, doing the thing, experiencing life on life's terms. And all of those things got me to a place where no matter what happens, I mean, it could all go sideways tomorrow. It ain't signed yet, dude. You know what I mean? But we made it through the big obstacle, right? But it's understanding that no matter how it turns out, that's the way it's supposed to turn out, right? All I'm supposed to do is show up, fill out the paperwork, send the email, pick up the phone call, go get the boxes, talk to the person we rent from, clean the windows, whatever it is, do all the things. And trust me, it's been like some like keeping myself busy, dude, because like life's on hold right now. Like I can't do anything one way or the other, man. And so, it's it becomes that thing where you go internal and you have to decide what you're all about, right? You have to decide what kind of experience do you want to have. And again, if I wanted marshmallow experiences, dude, I wouldn't be doing any of this. I could just be sitting on a couch ripping bong hits going, I need some psychedelics to solve my problem. And then you get there and then you realize that that is the problem, right? So it's back to the Tarkus, dude. It's like, it wasn't the psychedelics. It was the truth. That's why we have to like live with our family and for our family today. All we got's today, man. Like I don't like when you really get to how gnarly this life is, like how super it's not messing around serious. Like I think there's a lot of people that like, oh, you need to like take it easy and like mellow out. I go, why, dude? Life isn't mellowing out. The seriousness of life is not mellowing out. Today is all I have, right? And I have pissed away so many days, and I only get so many days, right? You only get so many breaths. You only get so many sunrises and sunsets, dude. At 52, dude, I've used up a lot of them, man. And I'll tell you what, I got 13 years of bonus sunsets and sunrises and all of it. And let me tell you, dude, there is nothing more, again, to use that word, psychedelic, than watching the sunrise on a new day and know that like you got another shot at it, dude. One more shot at it, man. And you could blow it at any point along the day, dude. Any point along the day, you could totally monkey and just drive off the cliff or run into the back of the 18-wheeler or I don't know, dude, fall off the ladder and hit your head on the side of the bathtub, dude. Again, is that's where I don't think that's what this program's trying to give you back. It's trying to give you back the understanding that there's no escaping this life, dude. There's absolutely no escaping this life. There's no days off. There's no vacations. There's no holidays. Yeah, you might go somewhere and not have the responsibilities that you have today. But you think that's a vacation, getting on some metal contraption and just hoping all the bolts stay together as it flies you to some far-flung part part of the world where you're hoping that nothing bad happens to you because it's part of the trip, right? And anything could bad happen, dude. I remember I was down in Costa Rica, dude, and we were driving down from San Jose to Capos and coming down off the mountain, right? And literally this car came going 100 miles an hour, like around this corner in our lane. And we just happened. It just missed us, dude. Right. You think you're on vacation because your big concern is I'm going to go just lay in a hammock, dude. I'd say that's probably when you're in your most dangerous, dude. Many people survive vacation. No big deal. Right. But many people don't, man. And so this theory that you get to like let your guard down on like life, that you don't have to spend every waking moment ensuring that you're spiritually connected to a God of your understanding, is the hubris and folly of wasted experiences. And we all do it. I do it all the time. I'm like, I missed that moment, right? And so, for me, it's like I have moments that are heavier than any acid trip or mushroom trip I ever had. There'll be a moment where I'll sit there and Owl will be sleeping, my wife will be sleeping, and I'll be sitting up in the living room, and I'll be like, I kind of miss some opportunities with my son today. I miss some opportunities with my wife today, right? I don't get those back, dude. I don't get that. I don't get that moment back. Like, dude, my Owl was a baby just yesterday, right? It's going so quick, right? You want to see like the true just time lapse, and just look at your child and realize I'm stone cold sober and I barely remember it, dude. And I'm a dude who's super conscious about it. I was looking at some footage from, I had to move in some video stuff around, and I saw, and I'm like, I don't even remember that, dude. Like I was obviously conscious enough to be shooting video of it. Oh, well, I forgot about that. Right. So the vacation mentality is what got us here in the first place, right? That's why we're suffering and we're struggling, because we thought we get a free pass, an easy way out. No, there's not a kinder, softer way, dude. At some of these we balked. We thought we could find a softer, easier way, but we could not. With all the earnestness at our command, we beg of you to be fearless and thorough from the very start. Fearless and thorough from the very start. That's not like digging inward either. That's like experiencing, being fearless and thorough from the very start. Like when this sobriety thing starts for you, dude, you got to be fearless and thorough from the very start of just seizing reality, dude. Because I'll tell you what, dude, those dudes, David and Joe, who I was getting sober with 13 years ago when I was just a puppy, that's like a distant memory, dude. Distant memory, dude. And I can remember it now because I was pretty raw and awake and aware. That was real, dude. Like real. You know what I mean? And so fearless and thorough from the very start. It's not talking about just your inventory. It's talking about how you live your life moving forward. Thorough. And what does that mean? That's why you do these inventories at the end of the day, right? That's why that 10th step, continue to take personal inventory. When we were wrong, promptly admitted it. Well, sometimes the wrong thing you did was not taking advantage of the day you had, right? See, some of these things I think we get convoluted. Continue to take personal inventory, and when we were wrong, promptly admitted it. Well, the most wrong thing you could do is to squander a day, right? To squander opportunities, to squander moments, right? And 1 year, 4 months sober, congratulations, corazon. And so again, is if this is just about not drinking or drugging or doing whatever, this doesn't work. It has to be something much deeper, right? And the deepness, and I talk about it a lot, do the work, right? Well, what's the work? What is the work? What is the work? What is the work? The work is digging into the moment. right? The moment. And you have to do the broad strokes in the beginning. Like you have to do the big broad strokes in the beginning, which takes, takes a little bit of time, dude. You got to give yourself some time to do the broad strokes. So at the beginning of sobriety, I'm painting with like a roller, dude, like roller painting. And now like I'm doing detailed pinstripe work on my painting, right? And what I mean by that is in the beginning, the work I'm doing is just trying to like figure out what's going on with painting, right? And as I get older, like I don't stop painting. It just my skill set becomes better. My skill set gets more refined, but I don't stop painting. And I guess that's what I'm trying to say is the work doesn't stop just because you don't want to drink anymore. The work doesn't stop just because I don't want to shove a bunch of Oreo cookies in my face. The work just gets gnarlier, but you thank the work. You thank the opportunity to struggle anew. You see, the struggling is the gift. Dude, it's been the gnarliest. I'll tell you what, I can't wait to truly tell you guys the story of what the last month's been like, dude. The real story, like in detail. But I got to hold that back because I don't want to put the cart in front of the horse. But I'll tell you what, there's a story. And the story's been that's why I haven't been making a lot of videos lately and just kind of over on the Lego channel is because it's so real, like that sometimes you have to be willing to let yourself have the experience without even trying to describe the experience, right? Like that's something you get in the beginning that you don't get in the beginning of sobriety, right? In the beginning of sobriety, you're just fending for like a day at a time. Like you like it's that raw. When you get further down into this thing, you literally sometimes know that things are changing and that the ride is going to start and you don't know what the ride entails, right? You have no idea what the ride's going to be because again, we admitted we were powerless and that our lives had become unmanageable, right? Which means that all of a sudden everything's changed. But the time from when you realize the change was going to occur till the change actually occurs is this journey. And all you can do is just be a passenger to the journey and let God run the show, dude. Having made his decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood him, man, right? So it's that thing where the real work sometimes is the ability to just let it happen. And that's what's so interesting is most people think like work, like the word work is, I think, got this connotation of action, which it does. But sometimes for a sober person who suffers from a mind altering affliction and a spiritual malady and an allergy of the body, right? Sometimes the gnarliest job, the gnarliest work, the gnarliest action I have to take is doing nothing. That ain't easy, dude. Yeah, Bird, what up? The white ones, yeah. Throw them away. We don't need them. Did that other puzzle fall apart too?
I didn't rip that one apart yet.
Oh, okay. All right.
I ripped apart that animal one, and I got you to do the other one.
All right, you got it, bud. And so I got it. So that's the thing, man. That's super hard. Trust me, today I got an email from the gal at the bank going, hey, we're just want to let you know, we're just still verifying things. I literally had to for 8 hours today distract myself from like just the whole mental gymnastics of what could or couldn't happen and blah, 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 self-talking mind, right? And at 4:30, I sat and I go, all right, it's almost the end of the business day. I'm going to make a nice little friendly email and check in. And you know what? She called me right back. She's like, you know what? I wanted to call you personally instead of sending you an email and fill you in on what's going on, man. And good news. I was like, do I get to breathe? She's like, you get to breathe, dude. And but the journey was being able to sit in this like life altering discomfort, man, because it could go either way. Like that's the gig with life. I remember I was speaking of psychedelic experiences. I remember I was coming back from a fish show in Seattle or something, man. Tripping balls, dude. Just tripping balls. And I was riding in the back of my friend's VW bus, dude, and just losing my mind. And we were all tripping, right? And I was looking out the side. I couldn't look forward because I was tripping. I didn't get how the guy was driving the bus, first of all, dude. And I was tripping on the white line on the owl. Stop it, dude. Stop. When I would look out the front window, I would see the white line and it would stop and it would disappear. And I'd be like, oh, this is too gnarly. And I'm in the back of the bus for the little VW bus for whatever it is from Seattle to Portland, 3 hours, 3.5 hours, right? And I'm tripping, dude. Like, we're going to die, dude. We're never going to make it. And I look up front and be like, oh my God, this is crazy, dude. How's this dude doing it? Like, oh my God, it's nuts, dude. Just don't look. Just don't look. So I was looking out the side window, just staring out the side window. And it was like I was in this eternal parking garage, dude. Like, it was just like this never ending parking garage that I was going down. And I remember, dude, because I've always been very strong mentally on a certain level, as I was like, just sit here and don't do anything. Just don't do anything, man. That was the trip. It was not like, that's what I mean is if I dug into the big meaning, the big like thing, I was like, dude, I'm on drugs. This is gnarly. Don't trip on it, dude. Just don't trip, man. And again, is we have these experiences all the time. Like, I just like being on that flight from Los Angeles to Taiwan, dude. It's like 14 hours, dude. Like, stuck between two sleeping Taiwanese girls, dude, and just being like, dude, this thing's gonna plummet into the ocean, man. And these experiences happen all the time. That's what I was sober for the flight, man. But what I'm getting at is when you really realize it, it's all about not losing your mind because you've already lost it. Like, we've already lost our minds. Like, just in case you were wondering, like, we're all, and it's okay. The deal is just not to go and do something stupid before you get there. Like, I remember when I was in the back of the VW bus, I just wanted to tell the dude to let me out. I just was like, dude, I just got to tell the dude to let me out. And I was like, don't do it, dude. You're going to get stuck out here in the middle of this parking garage. Do not tell the dude to stop the car, dude. Don't blow his trip, dude. Don't freak him out, dude. And again, is that's the thing. But that I'm still in the back of that bus. It's just a different ride, man. Like, that's what I mean is like, if you think that going into some drug experience is some sort of vacation from reality, you're sadly mistaken, because it's this scary part of the dream times 10 with a bunch of like big gnarly voodoo monsters, dude. So, no, VW bus, heavyweight dancer. A microbus. And again, as it all comes down to, it's all literally the whole thing is written down in 2 pages of the big book, Alcoholics Anonymous. It is really that I hate to be like it's that dumb simple, but it is. But most people want it to be all complicated. Most people want lightning bolts from the sky and some sort of deep meaning and a bunch of platitudes and meaningful bumper stickers. And what if it's just simply There is one who has all power. That one is God. May you find him now. Like that's again, isn't that what everybody's trying dropping all the acid and taking the DMT for and to eating the mushrooms for is that simple sentence. There is one who has all power. That one is God. May you find him now. You didn't take the psychedelics not to find God, did you? Like, why did you take them otherwise? To just like dance in the club? Like a dance? So no wonder you had a bad trip, dude. No, we went to find God, dude. But God was always there, dude. That's what I mean. You went and looked in God, and God's like, dude, why'd you poison your body? Good work, man. Where's the box for that one?
I don't know.
All right, good. You put it in that bag. Right on, dude. Nice work. Hey, will you close the door when you go back into the house? Doesn't get all cold?
Sure.
And so that's what I mean is like, don't think that you get to escape it. There's because the answer is not to try to escape it, right? The whole thing is it's like again is not to like keep, but I guess we do need to bang this in. We admitted we are powerless, dude. I don't care if you show up for work on time. I don't care if your bank's in order and your house is in order and your bank account's flush and your wife loves you and cooks you steaks at night and your children say you're the best daddy in the world, dude. You're powerless, dude. You have zero power. Just because you know how to put a nail in a 2x4 and stick and build a building doesn't mean you have any power, dude. Just because you can accomplish things doesn't mean you have any power, because you don't run your heart. You don't run your lungs. You don't run that tree behind you. Yeah, you can cut the tree down. Like, yeah, that's not power though. You're powerless. We are all powerless. That's why most people trip out when they have these psychedelic experiences. You have zero goose eggs power in this life, dude. It's completely unmanageable. Your only hope to achieve any sort of understanding and realizing is that you are on call 24/7 to realize that there is one who has all power. That one is God. May you find him now. That's the only choice you have in this life. That's it. That's all it is. You can put all the philosophers and trekking up the side of mountains and paddling out into oceans and kayaking down streams and having babies and doing this and doing that and doing this. But at the end of it all, there is one who has all power. That one is God. May you find him now. That's what we've all been seeking. But the reason that we have all this trouble finding that is because we think that we need to do all this other stuff. And maybe we do. Like that's as I say that. Yes, Bird. Okay, dude. You just don't hit me in the head with your sword, dude. Maybe we do need to do all this stuff. Maybe we do need to go have a bunch of bad trips and wreck cars and do a bunch of blow and get arrested and have crappy relations. Maybe we do need to do all that to realize the truth, dude. That there is one who has all power. That one is God. May you find him now. You know? I don't know, dude. Like that's what I'm saying. I just don't think in this day and age that it's necessary. I get it though. I didn't, but I didn't have look.
I'm killing a bunch of like crows.
Okay, but can you do it? Can you kill the crows quietly? Can you be a silent ninja? Because I take you to ninja school and ninjas are quiet, dude. They're like secret assassins, dude. So stealth around.
I'm killing a bunch of ninjas.
Okay, you kill ninjas, Excalibur, dude. And
But they're easy to kill.
I didn't have some dude. When I was young, there was no access to some dude with a tree shooting out of his head and a little ninja running around the background telling you that I've gone on the journey, dude, and you can save yourself a bunch of misery and a bunch of funky steps and a bunch of like false dead ends by realizing the truth that you don't need to add anything to this experience for you to find God. You just have to realize there is one who has all power. That one is God. May you find him now. Now, if you can't find God now, ask yourself why. And then maybe you'll get into some very interesting stuff. And that's where the work gets in, because maybe you were traumatized. Maybe you've just haven't maybe this is painful down here. Trust me, I come from that school of thought, dude. Like this is a painful experience down here in this funky bodies with these people hassling you and jocks and girls not wanting to go out with you and blah, 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 dude. Like, it's just, it doesn't need to be complicated, but you can make it as crazy as you want. You can add all the buts and if ors that you want. Like just, but I can't if you don't understand. No, I don't, because like I've moved past all that. Dude. I'm not trying to understand anything anymore. Like that's the thing. Stop trying to understand it. Like again, there is one who has all power. That one is God. May you find him now. What do you need to understand about that? What is there? Nowhere in here is understanding anything. One of the steps, dude. It's really about turning your will and your life over the care of God as you understand him, dude. You don't need to understand God. You don't need to understand anything. But maybe that's we all got to go on the journey to realize that all of our machinations and all of our ridiculous basically lead to dead ends until you realize the simple truth. And again is I don't look back on my life and have any regrets about it. I'm not bummed. I had a great time. I went for it, dude, right? But what I will tell you, dude, is I don't get that time back, right? And I wasted a bunch of it. The good part of it was, 15 years.
Daddy.
The sucky part was a decade, right?
On a ninja, I just did my back back lead kick and jab cross hook.
Yeah.
I did it on one of the ninjas.
Yeah. I mean, look, dude. I mean, that's what it is to be a parent, dude. I'm just trying to save that dude. What's he? Almost 7 now. 45 years of pain and suffering, dude. Right? Get him to the front of the line, dude. And again, he's gonna have to figure his own thing out too along the way, dude. So, look, I don't know, man. I make it sound like it's easy. It's not. I again I'll tell you what, it took me to understand there is one who has all power. That one is God. May you find him now. Can you turn it down for? I got 5 more minutes. Can you just turn it down just a little bit, bud? So I was doing the sober thing so it's right before Owl. It's right when I find out I'm having Owl. So he got conceived in September, October of 2014, right? So at the end of 2014, which makes me roughly 5. If I'm 13 years sober, I'm 6 years sober. Math's a little funky right there, dude. Am I 13 years sober? Dude, yeah. So at the end of 2014, so I'd been doing. It takes me almost
52 minus 13. Then you'll know. Then you'll know. Answer the question. 52 minus 13. And then you know.
What's that? 39, dude. Is that correct? So what I'm getting at is I spent 5 years doing all this till I was going to this meeting where there's this used to be an old basketball coach for UCLA, this old dude, Perry, dude, old black dude, 100 years old, dude, Perry, dude, get up there and speak and be like, there's one who has all power. That one is God. May you find him now. There's one who has all power. That one is God. May you find him now. And I'd be there like, dude, what is this dude talking about, dude? I'd read this now at that time like thousands of times. And then one day I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, I get it. There is one who has all power. That one is God. May you find him now. Oh, that was like the moment I woke up. to the real power of God, right? Like that's when God truly. That's why I guess when I was born again, dude, for reals, like, oh, but it took me 5 years of doing mental gymnastics, dude, of like, oh, and this and but damn, and deconstructing this book. I went through the full phase of deconstructing this book. Oh, the Blue Book Conspiracy, dude. Year 2 and 3 was the Blue Book Conspiracy. God, these books were all made by the Jesuits and stuff. Like, no, this is all a government plant to make me compliant and all this stuff, dude. I've done all of it, dude. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. I've gone and done all the like intellectualizing and dumbing down and deconstructing and reconstructing and squirting and jerking about it all. And I'll tell you what, it all comes down to the simple sentence. There is one who has all power. That one is God. May you find him now. Do you remember like those movies where like, what's the secret to life? I think that's it. I can't say for sure. I can't say for sure because it does involve having children too. But when you're watching them, boy, it pretty much confirms there's one who has all power. That one, you may you find him now, and just like, rah. So again, I don't know, dude. Yeah, you got it, Iron Tarkus, dude. You got it. Just go hug your family, dude. Just go and hug your family and just thank God they're right there in front of you right now and just love them and kiss them and hug them and just go, there's one who has all power. That one is God. May you find him now. Boom. Right now, dude. Stop tripping on tomorrow. Stop thinking about your psychedelic trip a year and a half ago. Forget about it all. Just go. How's the punching pattern go?
Jab, cross, hook.
Yeah, jab, cross, hook, dude. There you go. Anyway, dude, on the way out the door, Kimmy, will you give me the Canadian suicide prevention line? And Jane, will you give me the American suicide prevention line? And with that said, look, dude, your life matters, dude. Whatever you got that's tripping you out, spinning you out, dude, you just got to make it through today, dude. Just make it through today. And if you need to pick up the phone and call someone, dude, do it. If you think you're going to kill yourself tonight because this life is brutal and it's picking on you and it's overwhelming, please call these suicide prevention hotline numbers. Oh, there it is, Jane Black. So if you're in the United States, please call 1-800-273-8255, 1-800-273-8255. Please, dude, your life is valuable, super valuable. If you're in Canada, the suicide prevention line is 1-833-456-4566, 1-833-456-4566. Look, you're valuable. God loves you. We all love you. Don't think that whatever's got you down isn't overcomable. Trust me. I was there on the top of a mountain right over there, wishing for mushroom clouds. I was so miserable, dude. And look at me now, dude. Jab, cross, jab, hook.
No, jab, cross. Jab, cross, hook.
I think about all those nights I wanted to check out, dude. And then I go, dude, I could have missed that, dude. Don't give up on don't give up on yourself, man. Let someone help you, dude. All right. Tarkus, go hug that family, man. See you next Wednesday.
I just killed them all.
Okay.
I killed them.
All right, good night. We're going to go make dinner. Love you all. God bless. And the serenity prayer on the way out the door. God.
Wait, can I do it?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, come on. You want to do it? Okay.
Wait, what is it?
God.
God.
Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can.
And the wisdom to know the difference.
And the wisdom to know the difference.
Can you just do it?
I just did it.
No, you gotta close your eyes.
All right, do you want to do it? Here, just repeat after me. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Rah! Rah! All right, good night, everyone.
I pretend I just knocked you out. Oh.